Hi everyone, this is Amanda Ellis of amandaellis.co.uk, Facebook page Angelic Celestial Colours, YouTube channel Amanda Ellis 11. This is the June 2017 Archangel Metatron broadcast, he's telling me to say. Oh, okay, it's a broadcast. I've never used that word before, so maybe we're going to do something different. We are going to do something different, okay. We're going to just see where this goes then, okay. First thing I want to say is that I'm making this on the 27th of May 2017, so just at the end of May. We're at the start of a bank holiday weekend here in the UK, so I just wanted to do it before taking a couple of days off to relax myself. But I wanted to say a few things to you. Firstly, quite a lot of people contacted me after the Manchester suicide bombing. For those of you that are not connected to my Facebook page, which is Angelic Celestial Colours, that's spelt the European way with a U, colours with a U. I just want to say that when a big event happens in the world that sort of shakes us all up, and there are some events that shake us more than others because unfortunately these things are happening all the time in many places, but sometimes there are just these moments where people get really shaken and need some assistance. The quickest way that I can actually get a message to you is via my Facebook page. And the reason for that is that YouTube is a great medium. I love using it, but by its nature, it takes half an hour to make a video, 40 minutes, an hour. It then takes me about 8 hours at least to upload them at the moment. I've got a really slow internet connection, which I'm trying to do something about, but that's just the way of it at the moment. So on that morning when I woke up to the news of the Manchester bombing, Metatron had already woken me up at 2 o'clock in the morning to tell me that something had happened and to turn on, when he said turn on the news, I turned on my phone to check the news. And then I had a few hours during the night where I was just sort of gathering my thoughts, tuning into him, because I knew he wanted me to say something very quickly, not sort of at the end of the day or the next day. It needed to be immediate. And so I did post something, I think about 7:30 in the morning, which was quite a quick response, I feel. So if you haven't seen those, you need to look at my Facebook page, and then I will always, of course, do videos on subjects like that, but they're not going to be as immediate as a Facebook post, okay? So that was one thing I wanted to say. Before we get into the month of June and everything that I want to talk about, I also just wanted to show you a beautiful lady. I hope she doesn't mind me showing her picture here. This is Petra De Broglie. I hope I've pronounced your name properly, Petra. And she sent me, I often get sent beautiful gifts by you all, so thank you very much for those. They're very appreciated. And she sent me this, well, she sent me quite a few CDs, but this is one of hers that she's made. And it's called Sounds from Heaven. And it ties into the Archangels. So I'm making an Archangel course and workshop at the moment, which is happening in Dublin in June. And I have just to say, this is 47 minutes of just pure bliss, okay? And she plays the crystal lyre on it, which is this beautiful instrument here that you can see that she's holding. Very talented lady. Thank you so much, Petra. I really cherish this, and it's really helped me through the last week as well. So I'll put Petra's website on one of the comments box below my YouTube channel, and if you're drawn to this, her website is called www.dolphinkissis.ch. Anyway, you'll see it when I post it. Right, let's get to it. First thing Metatron wants to show me is this tiny little pebble, okay? And I have no idea whether you can see what it says on the pebble, but what it says on the pebble is love, okay? Love. And it just struck me that really, when it all boils down to it, love is what it is all about. Love is what we come in this world to learn about. How to love, whether we can give love, whether we can receive love, whether we can hold a loving space in the when we have adversity and challenge, either in the collective or in our personal life, and that there are many types of love as well. But love for all of mankind is just so important at this moment. Last night, again, I put this on my Facebook page this morning, but it's irrelevant to what I'm talking about here, because I think we all need more love in the world right now. And Metatron is saying, and we all need to be expressing that. We need to be expressing that in whatever way we can. And that's as simple as just smiling at somebody when you walk down the street, a gesture. It doesn't have to be in the big grandiose things. It can just be in the small everyday things. As I say, last night I had a crystal essence on my balcony, and I was trying to make the Archangel Chamuel crystal essence, which is to go into a new spray. And Chamuel is all about love and relationships. And it was a lovely sunny day, and I put it out there, and I thought, oh, it's going to have all these lovely vibrations of love, and you know, it's going to be soft and fluffy, and oh, it's going to be lovely, you know. And what happened was, in the middle of the night, we had this extraordinary thunderstorm, flash lightning, a lot of it, very loud, hammering rain, went on for quite a long time. Funnily enough, I was the only one in our house who actually noticed it. Everyone else slept through it. But it was really severe, and my crystals were out on the balcony, and I thought, oh, you know, I want to get them in, but didn't, because it was just lashing down with rain too much. And then I went to look at the crystal essence this morning, and I was going to throw it away, to be honest, because I thought, well, it's not what I intended it to be. And then I just felt the energy of it, and I thought, oh my God, this is special. This has soaked up all of the lightning, all of the thunder, but all of the clearance, you know? And the message I got was, it is the calm after the storm. That's what this energy holds. It's the calm after the storm. And what got you through the storm was love, okay? It was love. And, you know, whether we talk about something that's happening in the collective in terms of terror attack, whether we talk about something in our own life that is deeply upsetting, painful and challenging, love is the only emotion that's ever going to get us through, okay? So we have to hold that space of love this month, all right? Okay, let's get to some cards then. And I've got two decks that I want to use today. I'm going to use the same deck as last month, which is the Art of Love Tarot deck by Tony Carmine Salerno. I'm using them all the time at the moment, and they're proving really accurate. And I've also been guided to use this one, which I used yesterday with somebody, which is Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, and this is Colette Baron Reid. So I'm just going to shuffle these, and whilst I shuffle, I will also just say to you, this is just like a housekeeping thing. I wanted to explain something that's about to appear on my website, which is there is going to be a donation button soon on my website, amandaellis.co.uk. And the reason for this is not because I'm trying to make loads of money and go off on flash expensive holidays. It is because I am needing more support behind the scenes with administration, with technical assistance, with editing, proofreading, lots and lots of things. And I do have a team, but obviously they come at a price, and they're worth every penny, but I need more support. So the donation button is really to help me grow my business in a way that I can serve you better. Because at the moment, there are many emails that I'm getting every day, or messages on Facebook or YouTube, and I'm just not able to answer them all. And I'm really sorry about that, because I would like to personally be replying to all of you, offering you all sessions when you request them, but I just can't at the moment. I just am really busy and firefighting every day. So that's what the donation button will be for. It will be to help give me the support so I can actually really go out and do the work that Metatron wants me to do, with the right technical support behind me, the full amount of administration support that I need. You know, it just goes on and on. Okay, so that I wanted to say that in case you see that and think, that seems a bit strange. Well, it is strange for the UK because we don't tend to have these donation buttons, but I think in other countries it's much more common. Right, Metatron says shut up. I love him. Let's spray his orange, and we're going to get into the cards. He's saying shut up because he said the help's already there, it's coming. Thank you. So let's take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. Take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. One more time, take a deep breath in and let the breath out. Thank you, Metatron. What are the messages that we need to receive and hear, digest, look at this June? And I'm going to take 3 to start with from this pile. And let's see what we get. Okay, I'm going to take the top 3. Interesting, because they're cards that I've not looked at all before. They've never come up, so I have no idea even what they mean, which is great because we can just intuitively go. The King of Trees, and it says Architect. Okay. The 5 of Angels, and it says Withdrawal. The Queen of Hearts, and it says Sixth Sense. And the one on the bottom of the pack is Loyalty. Okay, so I've got 4 cards here which we'll read. So I'm just going to tune into what this is all about. So I'm firstly going to look at the King of Trees, Architect. The obvious meaning for this is that you are the architect of your own life, okay? You are the architect of your own life. And if we think about when you employ somebody to be an architect, what they actually do is that they come in and they provide the plan, you know, the blueprint, whether it's a home, a new office, some sort of space, you know, that's what they work with. And they work quite strongly with the rational mind, you know. Is it going to fit? Is it going to work? How's it going to look? And this energy here to me feels the opposite almost from this one, which is Sixth Sense. Okay, so we've got the masculine and the feminine here. But more than anything, I feel as though it's about, if we take the analogy of home, okay, you can build the most amazing house, or you can build the most amazing business, or you can have what looks like a fantastic relationship on the outside, but yet if it doesn't have within it, we're back to that word love again, heart, then it's sort of meaningless, isn't it? You know? So there's something here about the need to balance in June the rational mind, which is to do with needing direction, wanting direction, building, planning, reviewing, progressing with things. And I feel this is whether it's business, whether it's personal relationship. So it's like, and that's very keen focus, it's the mental aspect. But yet also remembering that that's going to be hollow is the word I'm hearing. Whatever you apply this to, however it's resonating with you, that will be hollow unless you have the right integrity and the right open heart space to bring that thing to life, okay? So it does feel as though we're into the meat of this year, basically. You know, it's sort of like this is when, I mean, here I'm making it in the northern hemisphere, so apologies to those of you in the south, but I'm going with the energy that's sitting here with me today. And we're coming into the summer months. We're coming into the months where really we should be starting to see the results of our endeavours, and anything that we've planned up to this point in time, whether it be, as I say, in business, in home, in trying to get something off the ground, I'm hearing, if it's not working, I think you need to be looking at the vibration that is lying behind it. And the vibration that has to lie behind it is the vibration of love and flow and trust, okay? So and then we've also got the card of withdrawal as well, which feels to me as though some of you have been working extremely hard, or just doing life in a hard way, you know? So it might be partying too hard, it might be working too hard, it might be trying too hard. It's pushing and pushing and pushing to get the result, you know, whatever that result is that you're needing in your life. And what the Five of Angels say is that actually needs to be a period of withdrawal at the moment, to help you recharge. But equally, I'm noticing on this angel, can you see that she's got violet flames underneath her? Okay, so she's got the violet flames, and the violet flames are obviously to do with purification and transmutation, and also forgiveness. We'll come back to forgiveness in a moment. But it just feels as though maybe some of your plans haven't quite come to fruition yet. Some of the things that you were expecting to happen haven't yet happened. It's a case of hanging on in there to a degree, if you really believe in what you're trying to do or be, and balancing out these two almost hemispheres of the brain, you know, the right hand side and the left hand side, the creative part of you and the you know, the rational, mental part of you, the intellectual aspect. And you can only actually do that when you do rest sometimes. When you rest, you recharge and you withdraw. And that's really important. And actually this thing about resting and withdrawing, I will just say something that came up for me. It was only a minor thing, but I'll just mention it because it was interesting more than anything. It was on Facebook, and somebody had been talking about the fact that they couldn't work on the day after the Manchester bombings. They were a creative person and they just felt that, you know, the creativity had dried up and they couldn't express themselves on that day because they were choked up with their own emotion. And I felt exactly the same thing. I actually had to cancel clients for more or less 2 days running. I just couldn't work. I couldn't connect. It was like trying to connect through a great big fog of collective grief and pain and hurt. And I mean, I could have connected if I'd really wanted to, but it would have been harder work than it needed to be. And I also had my own stuff to process in terms of what I felt about that event. And anyway, somebody had put, you know, can't work today, and somebody else had put, with love, oh, you know, you mustn't let the dark win, you know, you got to keep on going. And although I can completely and utterly understand that sentiment, because it's exactly what I believe and live by, there are also moments in time when you have to withdraw. You have to withdraw, because if you don't withdraw and heal or just balance out yourself, you just become useless to anybody, including yourself, okay? And actually then the dark does win, because then you've become completely and utterly useless in the longer term, rather than just withdrawing for a day or two, or a few hours or two, or an afternoon, or going to bed earlier than you normally would do, and then being able to come back stronger the next day, okay? I'm also sensing as well, and it does feel this is very centered on business at the moment, business and work, which is that some of you are feeling that you can't withdraw, you can't take time off, because, I don't know, something's going to happen if you do. You know, it's that mentality of feeling indispensable. You know, I've got to carry on because there's nobody else that can do this job. That also comes into family as well, actually, you know. Again, I was triggered by something the other day. Very, very dear friend of mine who did a beautiful video on the need for rest, deep rest. And she'd taken herself off somewhere and had, I don't know, a week of real rest and more rest. And she said, why don't you do the same over the bank holiday? And my immediate reaction to that was, well, how can I? You know, I've got my mum, I've got my children, I've got John, I've got the dog, I've got the house, blah, all these things. You know, we're all the same, aren't we? And then I thought, actually, what's stopping you? Why can't you withdraw. Does it matter, actually? If the ironing basket gets even higher than it is now, you know, if the children get bored and haven't got anything to do for a day, you know, if the house gets an even thicker layer of dust on than it has at the moment, does it really matter? In the great scheme of things, no. Because then you come back and you are recharged for the project, whatever the project is that needs this balance of right and left hemisphere, of intellectual and rational mind and heart space, okay? And I'm also sensing that what happened this week, for example, the last week, was that sometimes the heart gets hugely affected by things that are happening around us, within the world, or personally. And then it's always a case of actually the mind needing to not take over, but these two are like, they're like juggling balls. They work together the whole time. So when the heart is feeling shattered and broken, the mind is here saying, it's okay, I've got something, you know, for you to do, or just to be, or even if it's like you need to go and do a walk, you know, it doesn't have to be anything major. There's this whole beautiful balance that goes on between the mind and the heart. And I think a lot of us on our spiritual path, we're divorcing these two things the whole time. We're just trying to drop down in our heart, and the heart is all important. Well, of course the heart is all important. Of course it is. It's what leads us home. But we can't forget this, okay? So it's like Metatron is saying, use your head and use your heart this June. Right, before I move on to that next card, loyalty, I am just interested in what the official meaning of the King of Trees was in this deck. So I'm just looking for the book, which I really thought I had with me. Where is it, Metatron? Oh, is it in here? Hold on, got to go and find it. Right, Marcus, that one was for you. We were having a little joke on Facebook the other day because I was... Anyway, well, it's not a personal joke, it's just the fact that there's a lovely chap in America who I know, and he was saying, I like it when you go off screen and you have to scrabble around on the floor for things. And I thought, I'm not going to do that today. And that's exactly what I just had to do. Right, King of Trees, Architect. Let's see what the official meaning is. Ah, nice words. Okay, I'm going to put it up to the screen and you just feel into these words. First card that came out. You are the producer, director, and actor of the stories you tell yourself. Create from your inner world instead of reacting to the outer world. And this is linked to the King of Pentacles in the traditional tarot deck. And it says, the majestic shaman gazes steadily into the soul of all. He knows how to focus in ways that create all possibilities. He flows with the seasons in a symbiotic relationship with his surroundings. The natural world embraces him in a process of cooperative creativity. Spirals of new ideas are nourished by tendrils of creation. And then it's all about entrepreneurship, being an entrepreneur, being down to earth, dive inwards and know yourself. Yeah, that's the main thing that I'm pulling out of that particular card. So sort of backs up what I was saying as well. So yeah, okay. Let's have a look at this card then, 10 of Trees, Loyalty. And I want to feel into that loyalty. Who are you loyal to? What are you loyal to? Do they deserve your heart? Okay. And I really feel this is wider than just relationship. This could also be a business, you know, something where you're contracted into something or someone. So for me, this card here has a big question mark over it. in terms of who are you loyal to, what are you loyal to, and equally, does it serve your higher purpose? Does it serve your heart? And do you know what? At the end of the day, we've been talking a lot about balancing the mind and the heart, but the heart is intelligent, the heart knows. And it's that whole thing about knowing, isn't it? Knowing when something is wrong, knowing when somebody is wrong, knowing when a behaviour is wrong in your own life. And ultimately, the only person that can change that is yourself. And we all know this, and we sort of go, oh yeah. But it is the truth. And I feel as though June is bringing into our awareness a lot of things, basically. But this thing about loyalty is what Metatron is wanting you to focus in on. And it was interesting because I picked up the joy spray as I was talking about loyalty. So let me just spray this a little bit more. This is the Metatron spray for lemon joy. And it is as straightforward as what brings you joy, what puts a smile on your face, what makes your heart sing. What people do you love to be around, who lift your vibration? What place do you go to that nurtures your soul, that makes your heart sing? You know, we all have our favourite places in the world, don't we? That we just have an innate connection with, and for whatever reason makes us feel good. One of my favourite places in the UK is in Yorkshire, Bolton Abbey, and I just love it. And when you go to Bolton Abbey, you enter into the grounds via this gateway, and you go through the gate, and then there are these steps leading down, beautiful countryside. There's usually sheep either side of the fields, and it leads down to an old abbey and a beautiful chapel which has got the most amazing peaceful energy in it. And then there is a stream, the stepping stones. It's just one of my favourite places, and it isn't so much even about memories, it's just about the energy of the place. So this thing about, it's as though we need to be around the right people in June. We need to be in the right places, go to the right places. If there's somewhere you haven't been to for a while, and it can be as straightforward as, your favourite restaurant, or I don't know, just a park that holds something special. But there's the need for that. But definitely this question of loyalty, who are you loyal to? What are you loyal to? I feel like I'd like to draw another card with that loyalty, because it's quite an open-ended subject, really, isn't it? Let's see what goes with loyalty. I'm also hearing, are we loyal to our surroundings? If you actually look at that, it's reminding me of being loyal to Gaia, loyal to Mother Earth. And we all like to think we are, but are we actually? Yesterday I had something through my door, for example, and it was one of these things from the water board trying to encourage people to save money. And it came with a little, one of those sand timers, the timers, the hourglass things that you flip over. And the idea is that you're only supposed to have the shower for the length of the time the sand runs through. And my immediate response was, I'm not doing that. I like a nice long hot shower. And then I thought about it. I thought, actually, it's really very selfish, Amanda, that attitude, particularly with a water drought possible in a few months' time here in the UK. So we all like to think we're loyal to the earth. We all like to think we're loyal to Gaia. But are we actually? Do we act in a way that actually helps her or not? And I suspect the answer, the very uncomfortable truth for many of us, is no, we don't. So again, that is something else we're being asked to look at this June. Okay, over and above that, Metatron, what goes with the loyalty card, please? That one. Diversity. Okay, that makes complete sense to me. Diversity. And then I've got choices. I want to pull that other one as well. So loyalty, diversity, and choices. There's a story there, isn't there? Okay. And I feel that what he's saying here is that sometimes we are loyal to things, situations, or people where actually there is a big wide world out there, okay? And look at that beautiful sun that's beckoning you to a new beginning, a different experience of life. Diversity is actually what keeps us alive. whether it's visiting another culture, making a new friend, reaching out to something, somebody. It's about not being in a confined comfort zone, which you feel very loyal to maybe, but actually might be really stifling you. And I'm feeling this being stifled, particularly in regard to creativity, actually, you know? So if I've got artists, writers, poets, whatever, watching this, musicians, you know, it's as though you need to get out of your existing, not just mindset, but environment to bring forward the new energy that needs to come in. I was asked yesterday, as an example, was I going to be doing my Archangel course back in England later on in the year, because I've been asked by Spirit to go to Dublin. And I said, no, I'm not, because I feel called to be in Dublin. And I don't completely understand why I have to go to Dublin, but there's a beautiful group that have formed there. I'm very pleased to be going and honoured to be going. But I know it's also about the place that we're meant to birth that, okay? That work is meant to be birthed in Dublin for some reason. And because it will be in a fresh environment with new people, you know, a different culture that I'm used to, it's all going to be new. That is going to help me to express my creativity, for my channeling, hopefully to, you know, up another level, for Spirit to come through in a different way, rather than always going back to the same old place, doing the same old thing, okay? So diversity. Don't be trapped by just being loyal to a place, a situation or person. Reach out and explore the world, because it just feels as though there's so much more out there than most of us realise. And then we've got the card of choices, because ultimately it's your choice, isn't it? And I'm drawn here to her third eye. You can either just look with your two eyes, you know, tunnel visioned, this is the way things are, this is what I know, this is my town, these are my people, this is what I understand. Or we can start looking with our peripheral vision in terms of, actually, I hadn't quite noticed that was there. Hadn't quite actually noticed that person was there. Hadn't ever thought about that energy or that thing, you know? So, but it is a choice. And of course the choice, the diversity and the expansion, which ultimately helps our consciousness to grow, comes about through third eye development, okay? Development of the third eye. I am going to be doing another video quite soon, within the next week or so, which is about helping you understand the way that you can connect and experience Spirit as well as your own higher self, okay? Because that all comes into the territory, really, of expanding this third eye. So watch out for that. I'm not going to say anything here about that, because it's for another time. Let's pull 3 cards now from the Colette Baron Reed card, and let's just see what we've got. I will just say, as I'm shuffling the cards, that I did pull some colours for this month's energy, because I know some of you like to follow what I'm using myself through a month. And the ones that I've pulled out are the Archangel Metatron Flame Attunement and Connection Spray. Very good for helping you to connect to Metatron, and for him being your guide and your guiding light. I have the Spiritual Protection Spray, for probably quite obvious reasons at the moment. There is a lot of darkness out there. We are the light in the darkness. We need Spirit and Metatron to help the darkness, for want of a better word, don't particularly like that word, not try and extinguish our light, okay? So we're just going to put some of that energy around all of us for June. I've also got the energy of hope, which is always needed in our world, okay? Hope is the thing that keeps the light alive through the darkest hours. It's the thing that helps you to survive. It's the thing that helps you to grow and stretch and move out of comfort zone. You have to have hope that there is a different way of being. I've got the energy of joy. Obvious reasons. The world is difficult at the moment. There's a lot of problems in people's personal lives. You've got to keep it as light as you can. You've got to remember that this is an amazing, beautiful planet, and that we're lucky to be here, okay? Interestingly, in the shops at the moment, I don't know if this is just UK, but in the shops, one of the key colour combinations for this summer is black and yellow. I think I wore it on my previous video actually, and somebody commented because I don't normally wear black. But the point is, it's black and yellow together. And when you've got black and yellow together, they balance each other out, you know? It's like the night sky and the beautiful sun dawn, okay? So the vibration of joy as well is always a lovely one. And then two more. I've also got the jade, which is just an immune booster for me. I use it all the time to boost my immunity. And white, okay? The energy of white, clearance. So that's orange flame, spiritual protection, hope, lemon joy, white, and jade links to the higher heart. Okay, so those are my sprays in place, and those are the energies that are beaming to you who are watching this video, because I've got them surrounded by candles here. Let's have 3 cards, Archangel Metatron, from this deck, please, just to clarify anything else for June 2017 for the people watching this video. And he's thanking all of you actually for watching. He's thanking all of you for joining together. He's thanking all of you for your service to the light as well at this time. And this card comes out. And we've got the word Lord, communication, praise, and also we've got the word dishonesty. We'll look at that in a moment, okay? That one flew out of the pack actually. He's already talking to me about that one. That one's come out upside down, interestingly, the Ice Queen. And this is the one about ideas preserved, non-action, and a sense of entitlement. That is almost summing up what I was trying to convey at the start of this video, which is that plans, projects, businesses, relationships all feel on hold because you haven't had the right balance of heart and mind combined. We need to change the vibration, we need to change the mixture. And then one more, let's see what the next one is to go. Our third card is that one. The High Lord of Gratitude and Service, Selflessness, Humility and Conscious Action. Can you see there that we've got a seated Buddha figure? Well, no, seated monk, seated Buddhist monk, okay? And I must just say that I always have this beautiful fluorite Buddha sitting on my desk. Isn't he beautiful? Really beautiful. And he always just sits there, just emitting this very gentle, calming energy. I often pick him up through the day and, you know, he helps me to calm and center myself. And today he's sitting in his normal place. And I was unpacking some crystals because I did some work somewhere else yesterday. And I've got my new star being head, okay? It's not a skull, it's a star being. And I thought, where do I put him? I've put him right next to my Buddha. And as I put them both together, I thought, ooh, what a strange combination. You know, I've got a galactic star being next to the energy of Buddha. And then I thought, yeah, how fantastic. Because they're completely different, but they are all working together, okay? And to me, that's what this card is all about. And my God, if the world really understood that message, and equally, if we understood that message, and any little bit of shadow within us that isn't accepted it, the world would shift. Because what this is about is selflessness, humility, and conscious action. To me, it feels like it's indicative of people that come here to shine their light, to be the light, to be of spiritual service. And it doesn't matter whether you're tuning into the Buddhist energy, the galactic energy, the angelic energy, the Christ energy, whether you are a Muslim, whatever your faith, if you're doing it from the right place, which is basically from a place of humility, that word humility comes through very strongly, and selflessness and humility. That's what the world needs at this moment in time. So that's like a general one. This one is definitely us, okay? This is the fact that some of us are feeling frozen, stuck, unable to move forward. We've had the advice already on that in terms of right, left, balance, heart, mind balance, and also about loyalty versus stretching yourself and changing, and, you know, only remain loyal to that which serves you and is for your highest good, is what Metatron is saying. Now, I'm really intrigued by this card, okay? This is card number 43, and it's called the Word Lord. And it says communication, praise and dishonesty. Before we get to a deeper meaning, I'm hearing Metatron say as well that one of the things he's known for is being the heavenly scribe, okay? And he helps those of us to write, okay? And to channel and to speak. And he was known to be Enoch in a previous life, God's heavenly scribes. That's the link with the writing. And I'm seeing him here. I'm actually seeing Metatron in this image in a way that we don't normally imagine him to be. He's older, he's always wise, but it's an old wise man, okay? It's not that youthful sort of figure that I've got behind me on my painting. And he's writing a book, and he's writing it diligently. And it feels as though he's saying to me that word dishonesty is about that I feel there has been a dishonest portrayal of who Metatron is, what Metatron is. And he definitely has been written out of many holy books, okay? There are lost gospels, or gospel isn't the right word, lost books of Enoch, which need to come back now, you know, so that his words can be read again in a new way. It's not like going back over really, really old literature that isn't relevant anymore, but it's to do with the fact that it almost feels as though he's saying he himself as an energy has been misrepresented in the past, okay? Misrepresented and misunderstood, and that carries on to this day, you know? I've often told the story that there's a spiritual teacher who I very much respect, you know, and she's often said to me, oh, you know, yeah, Metatron's the one who comes into your life and he turns it all upside down. It's like, oh, you've got to be really careful if you work with that energy. And it's like, no, it isn't that at all. Metatron tends to come in at the time when you're on the brink of huge change, huge transformation. Sometimes that can be very difficult. Yeah, absolutely, life can fall away. The old life does fall away. But it's not Metatron that's done that to you. He's come in at the moment when you absolutely needed him. So he's saying, I have been misunderstood over centuries as well. And he's sort of understanding that sometimes what you say, what you speak, what you do in this world that we're in at the moment, you are misunderstood. But he's sort of saying, keep going with it. Be selfless, be humble, just do the best that you can, and be conscious of your actions as well, which is what that third card represents as well. That's such a specific message. I'll now read what I feel the other message will be linked into that, because that was something that just came through me, not necessarily that's what's in this book. Okay. It says the word Lord rules communication of all kinds and lets you know that positive interactions can be expected when he arrives as your ally. He only speaks with positive words and praises all he sees. And this feels like it's Metatron who's arriving in your life, who's wanting to help you in your life to clear the misunderstanding. He reminds you of the laws of abundance and praise. And when you bless the world, it blesses you back. When you say affirming, supportive words, they carry an energy that returns to you in physical form. Remember that each one has power and will resonate into the universe. Your body responds to praise, as does everything in the world around you. Praise it for its inherent health and beauty. Applaud yourself for everything that you do, as even the tiniest accomplishments are important. Praise your bills. Give thanks for the services you enjoy, and watch the ability to pay them increase as you align with Spirit's increasing power. This is also a time to remember the powerful practice of affirmations. Write them down and speak them aloud as a spiritual exercise. Say it is so and it will be. It is a very auspicious sign when the word Lord chooses to be your ally. I really feel, I know she hasn't necessarily painted it as Metatron, but for me it's Metatron coming in, because it's a Metatron reading, and he's saying, I am with you. The thing about affirmations is a lot of people think, oh yeah, you know, we all know that, old school, and then we all forget to do it, don't we? We all forget to do it, even though we know they work. Please, 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 this month, watch your words, watch your thoughts, and you need to change the negative script. You need to change that thing which says, is putting a block into the abundance, into the flow, into the project, whatever the thing is, so we can get this back upright again, okay? I am and I will. Okay, we're going to have a final card, and then I'm going to pull this to a close. I'm going to pull one more from the Colette Baron Reed deck, actually. Let's have one more then, Metatron. Final card. Did you see how I dithered a bit with regard to which card to pull? Because this had to be the card. The Winged Wise Ones, Angelic Help and Miraculous Aid. It's really saying that the angels are with you. Okay, the angels are with you. That word miracle as well. The Winged Wise Ones, Angelic Help and Miraculous Aid. To read the message that goes with that. It feels important. The Winged Wise Ones represent the aid of all the angels. When you enter their realm, know that your sincere prayers will be answered according to the will of the divine. This also represents divine intervention and the potential of miracles to heal and transform as if by magic. Sorry, I just threw the book down. Have faith, whatever your circumstances, heavenly beings are watching over you. The Winged Wise Ones give you a glimpse of the future by offering messages whispered on the wind. These are translated within you as inspired thought, instantly unraveling the past and revealing the present. Be aware of the inner consciousness in you. This is a good time to observe your thoughts through meditation. Who is observing those thoughts? That's exactly what I just said. That self is kin to the Winged Wise Ones who have come to help you soar. Yeah, it's beautiful. I think the angels know that it's been a difficult few weeks that we've all had. And it's like they're saying, we are here, you know, we do love you, we do support you, we are trying to help. We're trying to help you in your personal lives, we're trying to help the planet. Hang on in there, okay? And it's as though they're just wanting to send you huge lots of angelic love. Okay, we'll leave it there. It feels a good place to stop. Much love, everybody. Thank you for watching, and many angelic blessings to you. Thank you, Metatron, also, for always being with us, always guiding us, and never leaving us. Namaste.